Bam. All right. It is 11. Dawn, feel free to start whenever you feel comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
Please make a
clue.
beat that.
I'll be cooking something, don't you worry. Hello. I'm not entirely used to uh talking into like a mic in a room by myself yet, so I'll probably be a little bit awkward, but yeah, I just have like a bunch of random free plugins that I've downloaded, and most of them are kind of useless, but I wanted to go through like the ones that I actually use in case anyone like wants to use
May I
them
ask a
because they're
tiny
free
question
and
real quick?
awesome. Sorry, what'd you say?
May I ask a tiny question real quick?
Yep.
Yeah, why is it that why is it that like this guy appears in the bottom right corner sometimes?
Where is he? Oh, does it? It
Yeah,
doesn't
why?
look. Oh, that's so that was gonna be because I was gonna talk about labs, but I don't. It doesn't work on my laptop because it's stupid and I don't like it. So I just replaced it with the Fruity Dance, which I found a custom sprite sheet for Mettaton from Undertale that I just have,
That's awesome.
which is technically free,
What
so I'm
happens if you
counting it.
select a different dance move?
Where's there's one other one that works. It's also not like he just does that. But yeah. Uh, anyways, I'll go ahead and start then, I guess. So there's a couple stuff that I wanted to talk about that I'm not going to show on in like the actual DAW, but stuff that I definitely think you should get. One is the Kilohertz Essentials is basically just like every effect ever made that you can just get, and it's really good for like covering up maybe stuff that like your DAW doesn't come with. Like FL Studio doesn't have like a good tape stop. I might have one. I don't remember, but it kind of sucks. And so you can just
But
cover.
I mean, like Grow Speed has a tape stop option, I think.
True. FL. So the other thing I was gonna say is that it also comes with Transient Shaper, and the version of FL I have has like I don't have the all plugins version, so I don't have Grow Speed or Transient Shaper. So I just have the Kilohertz ones in place of those if I ever need those. But yeah. So you can just what else was I gonna say? Where are my notes? Uh, oh yeah, the one other thing before I actually go into it is that I found like some guy just made I literally found this in like on like some Reddit post just looking for free stuff. Some guy just has a bunch of like every single one of like the like really common like trap drum sounds. Someone just like compiled them all, and you can just get there's like so many of them, and you can just download all of them. I've organized these strangely, so I don't remember where a lot of them are. But you can just get like a whole bunch of like clap sounds. There's a bunch of like vocal samples that you'll hear. Where is it? MZ. Just like all the really common like trap sounds you can just find. It's called what is it? Mike Zara's Stash. And I literally just was like I just found I don't know where I found it, but it's like super useful to just have. Okay, so now we'll start with these actual things. First thing, I have like a couple of sound fonts here that I've just found. Like you can find a bunch of people just make like free sound fonts, and the ones that I have like actually used, I have a ton, but a lot I haven't like touched most of them. The ones I've actually used are someone compiled all the ones from Undertale, so like you can just have the Undertale instruments in your library. There's a couple of strange ones in here for like Ghost. I don't know how good the audio is, by the way. Let me know. But the what is it called? Ghost Fight. I forget what key it's in. This thing's transposed weirdly, but you can just have that if you want. most of these are just kind of like generic MIDI stuff, or just like a square wave. But yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. Another one is Mario Paint, which has also the dog sound from Undertale, but also just like a bunch of weird. Where's Baby? This one's really funny. Yeah, you can mess with those if you want. And then the last one that I've actually used is like Roland. I guess they have like a bunch of keyboards that came with like a bunch of stock sounds, and yeah, you can just use like pretty much any of those. They're like really kind of like I think they were used in the N64 like sound library, which I also have. But this is also where the Sad Machine sound font comes from. Yeah, so you can just have that if you want. You don't have to can try to make it. I don't know. Okay. Now I will go down this actual list. I don't know how long this is going to take. There's like a lot. I wrote notes for this, but I didn't like practice it ever, so I apologize. But first one, this is the world's smallest synthesizer ever made. It's Mini SID. It's by Delamancha. I guess it's just like some guy who like stopped making music, but also he like programmed a bunch of his own plugins and just like put them out for free. And a lot of them are kind of like I've not found a use for them. Like this one is just like a bunch of like a weird retro synth. There's some fun presets. A lot of them are just I've just used as like preset banks to just like do stuff with. But this one I've actually used. It's like a really good like chiptune ARP generator. You can just play a chord and it'll do ARP noises. And you've got like oscillator. You can do sync, change like up down, how many octaves, speed, all that good stuff. But it's super useful to do really quickly, as opposed to like opening 3x oscillator and like doing it that way. Next up, we got Meow Synth. It's a little bit of a meme, but also it's just a cool like jazz fusion type synth to have if you make sort of like more jazzy type stuff. You can do fun solos off it. But yeah. Next up, I have a lot. So this is a disclaimer. I have a lot of just like instrument, uh, like either sample libraries or emulators because I like to use a lot of like real instruments in my music. So I've found a bunch of like really good ones of those. But so there might be like more on here than you would actually probably want to get, which is probably true for most of these. I would say just get what you think looks interesting and that you would actually probably use. But this is a Chinese flute emulator. It's got like tenor, bass, alto versions of it, and it's just a really. I used this in my Moment 5 remix actually, but it's just a really nice Chinese flute emulator. It's almost got like a pan flute type sound to it. It's super nice. This is one that I found literally this morning and was like, this is really this is a really nice because I haven't found too many good like drum either sample libraries or like instrument emulators or whatever. But this is like it only comes with a couple kits. Where's the list? It's just like these three, but it's like super nice. Yeah, here's a. It's just like a thing I made with it, but it's like really high quality. I've not messed with it because I got it like 2 hours ago, but it's super sick, and I'm probably gonna like sit down one day and make a bunch of fills with it, and then just have those so I can just drag and drop them into my songs. Next up is Sign Player. This is a ton of free like instruments. I'm like going back and forth to check to make sure the plugin shows up correctly on Discord. But the ones I've used the most are like the string ensemble and the felt piano. I love the felt piano, and also the dynamo percussion. There's like a ton of just like orchestral percussion. The low, mid, high on tom ensembles are great for like movie trailer type drums. And also, I just noticed like yesterday there's a trash ensemble that is like super sick. Like I'm absolutely using that in the future. But also, the grand piano is called Ratio, and I think that's very funny. Oh yeah, and the big band horns that I used for Goop House. These are all super great. Like, and they're like constantly updating it too. Like, I could go over here. There's probably more that they've added since I last checked, but I don't have the storage space to like download all of them. But so I like can't. Oh yeah, hey, tone wheel organ. I have to update it though, but that's neat. I'll get that maybe. Again, if you don't like want to mess with like the super high quality recordings for orchestral tool sign player, you can just get this is Sonatina Orchestra. I've never had to say that word out loud. I've never said that out loud. I was just in my mind said Sotina. Anyways, this is just kind of like like a more simplified MIDI library. It's just like some of the strings sound a little weird, but I've gotten the most use out of like glockenspiel and the chimes, and then this one like I think it's a French horn. But yeah, there's that one. Next up is Decent
I have a
Sampler.
question.
Yep.
Why did you pronounce Glockenspiel like that?
What's the question? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, keep talking.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Decent Sampler is, I believe, the same people who did Labs, but or I don't know if Decent Sampler is, but Piano Book is the one that's done by the same people as Labs, and they have just a bunch of like user-made like instrument libraries that you can download and just play using Decent Sampler. Some of them are a little like glitchy. Like I really like because they're user-made. Obviously, they're not gonna be perfect. I really like this like frozen block. It's like a bell type thing, but some of the samples are the wrong note. Like if I mash this note, or I think this one too. Yeah, some of them are just the wrong note. That's like for this one only. Like I haven't noticed that on any of the other ones that I also have in here. Uh, yeah. Uh, next up, I think this is the last of the like real. Oh no, there's one more after this. But oh, FL did not like this. FL is not having it. Alright, I'm restarting FL. It just crashed, I think. But Cloud Drum is I think a handpan emulator, which is like such a weird instrument to have an emulator for, but it's like super good. It's such a good emulator, and I will show it as soon as Windows finishes reporting the problem to Microsoft. Okay, but yeah, I've used it in like an unreleased song of mine. It's a super nice like it's like somewhere between a marimba and like a bell. It's super weird. Uh, share screen. Please do not crash this time. It's by Ample, who have I have another one. I have another one by Ample. I forget. It's Ample something. I don't remember what the next part is, but they also have a guitar emulator, which is like super nice. It's got a bunch of options. You can like turn off the like fret noises if you want to. You can have it do like solo mode where it will like limit it to one note, so you can do like cool like pitch bendy type stuff. I don't know guitar terms, but it's super nice. And there's also a strum sequencer, so you can like make your own strum patterns and just have it play those. I've not gotten the chance to use it. Please finish loading. FL. I cannot stall for this long. I haven't gotten to use the ample guitar yet, but it's like super nice. Like with what little I've played around with it. Okay, here we go. Jesus. I swear to God, if it crashes again, I like ran through and opened all these last night, and it did not do this. God, whatever. All right, but yeah, ample guitar M2 Lite is the guitar and synth, and then all right, you know what? I'm doing it. Share screen. This is going great, going lovely. Why is the? Oh, I am sharing screen. I think. Hopefully, it's not showing up on my end,
It's
but
loading
hopefully
for
it's
us.
working. Okay, cool.
Or I said loading. It's loading.
Oh, never mind. Not cool.
Maybe try just unsharing and then sharing again.
I mean, so far I really like the spinny blue dots lecture from the loading screen.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of their work. Is it on now? You've been disconnected. Sit tight. We're patching you back in. Thanks, Discord. This is literally. I didn't even reopen the project. This is a blank. This is a blank FL template or an MPFL project. And I'm just not having it. Stop sharing screen. Share screen. Hmm. This is no bueno.
I still can't see it.
Me neither. This is going great. What if I close the hand pan? We've paused this. Oh, is it up now? Is it?
No, not yet.
Okay, like I'm not one to throw accusations around, but which one of you put a curse on this lecture?
I think it was Vi, maybe.
We like to get a
In my life,
VI
have
on
I
the team
trusted the
here.
country of Australia?
Vouched.
I'm just
What the hell would I do?
I'm just saying, like, Australians think they're so high and mighty, but when the worm comes, nothing can save them.
What the fuck did worms do?
Yeah, chill
Oh,
on
wouldn't you
worms.
like to know? Yet we got too much of them worm sympathizers in this server.
But I can back worms all I want, bro. But when the snail comes,
So what is snail gonna do? I'm just gonna get this snail hickey.
I've been keen for too long. I guess I had to pull up with the blue hickey.
Okay.
What?
What
Get,
actual shit
guess
did you
what,
just say?
guys?
What?
What's up?
I think my university Wi-Fi like just went down, or my UK like housing Wi-Fi just went down, which is
Oh,
really
Oh,
cool.
awesome. What fun.
But yeah, I'm
stream is
on
back.
streams on. Okay,
Stream is
cool.
back, yeah.
I think
W.
the Wi-Fi went down, but I'm on. They have two. There's one for my dorm, and then one for like when you're like in classes, like and around campus.
Okay.
And so I'm using that one. So I don't know if I don't know why it's working better. It should be. It should, in theory, be working. But
I'm just
that's what I'm
saying, like,
using.
if it goes back down again, we can always watch the Korean Cubase break-ins tutorial.
That
Oh
is
yeah.
true. That is true.
What you
We
need
have a
to do,
backup
what you
plan.
need to do is you need to go into your notes app, Dawn of Apples, and you need to write the most horribly, like, vilely violent
What?
message you can write, and then email it to whoever is providing your university Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Stop
I
it,
will
Sheriff
consider.
Rizlar the Third.
All right. Please, please continue with the lecture.
Yeah, sorry about that. But
No, you're
okay,
good.
You're chilling.
yeah, yeah. This is Cloud Drum. This is the hand pan. It's like super pretty. There's a bunch of you've got like little mute buttons here. You can like mute the sound if you want. There's some cool like presets you can play around with. Super nice. And then I'm gonna also do ample guitar in here just to get this out of the way. It's the last instrument I think I have on here. But yeah, I have it on like what's the mode called? I don't remember. But you can just play it like like a regular piano and just play chords. And as long as it's like a reasonable thing you can do on guitar, it sounds good. Like if I try to do these four notes, like you can't play those two on guitar at the same time, so it's gonna be a little weird. But you can also get like the fun like slide notes. There's like so many options in here. And then here's like the pattern, the strum pattern editor. I've not gotten to use it too much, but it's like super nice.
Discord doesn't even need me no more, gang. I'm finished.
No one can replace Cherry. Don't worry. Whereas okay,
I think Apple's in the market right now.
ooh, the fruit basket, the collab. All right, I'm gonna reopen this project. Here we
Right.
go. Okay. Next up, we have. Speaking of replacing the Discord members with VSTs, here's a Vocaloid emulator that I found. This is Alter Ego. It has like 2 free vocal libraries, and then there's some like paid ones, obviously. But there's like a male one, female one. But you can type in words in here, and it'll just go down the list, and you press notes, and you can like actually kind of get it. You'd probably have to play with the MIDI a little bit, like how when notes overlap and stuff to get like the glides and stuff right. But it's like I practiced this yesterday. I was gonna play this.
Yo.
I messed up, but you get the
That's
idea.
so
It's like
sick.
a yeah, it's like a fun little like Vocaloid like synth. Where's the other one I have? I
I
think
got
these are the
another.
2 free ones, and this is just like sort of a more masculine
Got a minor
vocal.
question right now.
Yep.
Do you have any plugins for I don't know sounds that like ambient or something?
Let me see. I know I have I have a bunch of like effects for ambient, not necessarily like synths, but I think in Decent Sampler or like the piano book libraries, there's a ton of like I think I have one of them. Yeah, this was like a synth that's made from I think like a sampled thunderclap, and it's really quiet. Where's the volume? Oh, I have it turned up, but it's like a sort of like pad type thing. It's a really low octave,
Oh,
but
so you have entire plugins dedicated to eliminating all the people from Great Britain like Cherry and Vi, but like you don't have any for amp.
no one can replace the silicon sound. But I mean, there's like a ton of stuff in here. I'm sure like people can get use out of like at least one of these for sure. But this is Jellyfish. This is another one of the like Della Mancha ones. The guy who just like put all his plugins on his website. I have not used any of these knobs. I just go through the presets, and there's some cool like really weird wobbly like fun sounds in there. But let's see what else is on here. We got laser bass. This was probably the most complicated to actually like install It's a part of the Reactor 6 factory library, which is you can access with the free Reactor 6 player, which is a part of the native access free bundle or like free suite, which comes with the native what is it called, contact complete. It's so complicated, but you can get around to it. It's like a like sort of a replacement for Harmer if you don't have FL or if you don't have like the high enough version of FL. It's like an additive synth and a bunch of nice presets. I haven't gotten around to messing. I haven't like learned what a lot of these do, but there's some fun like nods and stuff in here you can tweak to get like really weird atonal spectrally kind of stuff.
Question.
Yep.
Are you gonna like compile links to all of these things at some point, or
Yes, actually, I'm glad you said that because I forgot to say it at the beginning. I have like a document.
because I'm just sitting here writing shit down like
Yeah,
not
no, don't worry.
remember any of this.
I'm not done with the document yet, but I have one like in the works, and I'll share it at some point in the
Perfect.
future. But I'm gonna try to. I have all these like named and stuff, so I'm trying to have like all the plugins that I'm using their names on screen, so you can at least write those down, like in the immediate. But yeah, I'm working on like a document with like all the links and stuff and how to get it. Also, speaking of things I forgot to mention, the Delamantia ones are Windows only, so if you have Mac, you can't use them. But I did find one Mac only plugin. If so you guys don't feel left out. There's a granular synth that's called it's called Oi Grandad, spelled OI comma space and then Grandad. I've not messed with it, but it's basically like four. You have four quote unquote oscillators, but you like load a sample into it, and you can have like four granular things going at once. That's super neat. And then also, I'm using FL, so I found an Ableton. Well, I didn't find it. I know about it because AU5 uses it, and I'm the number one AU5 fan. But there's a free Max for Live device called Duck Buddy, and which is like I think it's like a side like it's a volume shaper that takes MIDI input, so it's super nice for like side chaining, which I think I've been told is more difficult in Ableton than it is in FL. So you can do like with Duck Buddy, you can do like MIDI side chaining a lot easier. Okay, and then where's next up on here? Okay, next is Tal Noisemaker, which I've been told is good for like learning how to synthesize, but I'll be real, I don't know, I haven't like messed with this that much, but it is super cool for getting like retro-y synth kind of sounds. This is just one of the presets, but it's got some super nice like presets, and you can mess with some of these knobs and get like different textures out of it. That is not one of the knobs you can mess with to get different textures out of it. Did I? Oh yeah, I was gonna say this. I can't have the chat open, so if you have questions, you'll probably need to like unmute. But I did see this because you pinged me, and it came up on my thingy. I did not talk about Pendulate. I don't think I have it or know of it. If you want to unmute and like shout it out, feel free to. But or you can just put it in the chat. Whatever's good. Yeah, you're good. But I okay. What else is here? Okay, I'm going to Vital last. I mentioned Labs. It's like a free. It's got a bunch of free instrument libraries. It does not work because it keeps forgetting where I have the instrument libraries stored, and I have to reinstall them every 3 days, and then it breaks every 3 days, and I just deleted it because I was sick of it. But I can vouch for it because I've used it some. It's pretty nice. This is the I lied. This is the smallest synth in the world. This is just like a really quick kick drum synth or like 808 synth.
I got a question.
Yep,
Does the window have to stay that small?
I can do this, but that's about it. I think.
And you can't just
I've tried messing with the scale editor dimensions, and that does not help. that is the one thing I'm not big on with this and mini
doesn't
SID.
the FL have, I don't know, something to search parameters? I don't remember what it was.
Because I think it does. I don't know. The only one I know about is scale editor dimensions, which is supposed to like fixes some of the ones that like look too big, but I don't know how to fix the plugins being too small. If anyone knows, that would be sick. But
Okay. Links
yeah,
are coming. Are you excited?
I am excited. Uh, okay, yeah, this is just a really basic like kick drum synth. This is another one of the Delta Mantra ones. I think it's not the last one. I lied. And we got Vital. I think everyone in the server can vouch for Vital. It is basically Serum but free. In some cases, it can be better than Serum because you're not limited to 2 oscillators and a sub oscillator. You have a third one. You just do whatever with. But
One.
also, um, if if you want, you can download the Massive X like wavetables and the Serum wavetables. So you can also have. I believe this one is Massive and this one is Serum. And so you can use those within Vital for free. I think someone put the Massive X ones online, and then the Serum ones you can just get if you get the Serum free trial and just go into the files and like just take them and put them in your library. It was you can get Modern Talking up in here. This is just a growling. I shouldn't edit this because I'm using it for an example later. But yeah, I got Modern Talking in here. Can It's not playing. Oh, I have it muted. Too low. Yeah, it's super nice to have just an extra suite of like random
I'd like to see
wavetables.
Eminem tried with this.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, and that is, I believe, the last of the like synths and generators. I don't know why I closed it, but yeah. Now I'm gonna go go down this whole playlist of all the effects and stuff. First up, we got OTT. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. And like extreme multiband compressor. But I did want to say that I know some people have like felt like it like squishes the sound too much. Like they can't seem to get anything that sounds good like coming out of this. But I think the trick is to you can either play with this depth knob and you can just mix it in a little bit. That's a little too loud. But you can play with the depth knob to like mix it in the way you want, or you can just turn it all the way up and then play with the output gain, or you can put like distortion after it, and that should make it like sound a lot better coming like straight out of the thing. I need to turn this to lower so I don't scroll as fast. Uh, Another compressor that I found. This is the last Della Mancha one I think in here. This is GTA Rev C. I don't know where. I don't know why. I don't know why I got this one or why I've been using it, but it's like really good at like just squashing sounds. It like adds a little bit of extra tone to it, and I don't know. It's really squashy. I don't know any other words to describe it, but that's a bass that I made for my NV7 song, and then this is it with GTA. You can get a lot of extra dynamics. I mean, that's just how compressors work. You get like extra dynamics by compressing the sound. But like, I don't know, this one just works when you need extreme cases of compression. I tend to just use that one.
I've
Next
got
up,
a
we got
question.
D. Yep.
What are there actually differences between different compressors?
Audio engineers will tell you yes, and they're technically right, but also in most cases you don't really need to care about the differences. Whenever I want to do compressors, I use the kilohertz one from the bundle because it's I think it's the best one for learning how to use compressor. Where did I put? Here it is. I think it's the best for learning how like what a compressor actually does because it has like a visual indicator. I shouldn't have put this on a channel with nothing
In
on it.
case of visual indicators, why not use the fruity limiter compressor section?
Uh, I I'll be real. I tend to only use the Fruity Limiter compressor for sidechaining because I never really understood what like the visuals. Like I understood what they were doing, but I didn't know like what I didn't fully understand how the knobs I was tweaking were affecting it as much as I figured it out with Kilohertz compressor. I just feel like this one's a lot simpler
I mean,
of a
personally, for me,
UI.
it's the other way around. But like, it's just like not
Yeah,
objective.
yeah, it's a personal taste thing, but I just tend to find I found that this one, and in the case I was comparing it more specifically to Fruity Compressor, which looks like this. You don't get any oops, you don't get any visual indicator with this thing. It is just knobs, and so Kilohertz was the one that. And I'll be real. I sort of forget that Fruity Limiter has compressor sometimes because it's called Fruity Limiter. But yeah, anyways, yeah, this is delay. You'll never guess what it does. You never will. But this is a free delay plugin. You can get like that's just a bell. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would I need delay? Extra plugin for delay. The FO has one. It has a bunch of them. Well, let me tell you. Can your delay do this? Ooh. Yeah. This is. I know Chime uses this a lot to get like really weird watery type delay sounds. There's a bunch of fun presets in here that you can play with to just get like really weird with it. I have not gotten around to messing with all the knobs. I don't know what most of them. I mean, some of them are self-explanatory. I don't know what most of them do, but there's a couple modes in here. You got like normal delays. You got reverse, like will reverse the signal, and then there's the chaos and reverse chaos, which will just delay and just randomly pitch the sound. And those can be super fun for like excuse me, like these can be super fun for like wacky like effects type stuff. Highly recommend delay. Uh, Next up, we got Oral River. This is like basically just a generic reverb plugin, and it can look intimidating because the UI looks like this, but you can also just change it to this. Maybe does it skin one? I don't remember which one it is. I don't have it on. That's why. There we go. Uh, but this is a pretty standard reverb, but I feel like it's specifically for the people who think that Fruity Reverb 2 sounds like ass. I've seen that's a common consensus in places that Fruity Reverb 2 does not sound very good, and so if you're one of those people and you want a replacement, I will vouch for Oral River. I don't notice problems with Reverb 2, but I don't know. I just found that I've liked this one more when I'm like comparing the two.
Summer in the hills.
So that's dry.
Summer in the hills. Those hazy days I do remember.
Oh yeah, I should also mention everything in this pattern is either stuff that I've made or stuff that I've also found online for free. So that's a bass I made. That's also a bass I made. This is from the AU5 like free sample packs. I think it's the cowbell one. I know it's the cowbell one. It says cowbell, but yeah, I have the. I'll post a link after this for the like I compiled all the free AU5 sample packs into one, and I'll post that again. And this is from the Fat Rat song Monody. At some point, he like put out all the stems for like a bunch of his songs up to that point, and I've just downloaded all of them. And so this is the acapella from that. Next up is Cloud Seed. Now this one's weird because my version of it is broken. It's supposed to be like I heard a demo of it yesterday. It's supposed to be like a super like chamber sounding reverb. Like it's like super like grand. But for some reason, here's what mine sounds like. This is it dry on just like a sine pluck. Mine sounds like this. It's not supposed to sound like that. That is just white noise that is being added. It's supposed to be like an actual reverb, but I've found uses for it, like as just like doing that weird white noise thing. But obviously, you're not going to be able to use it because yours probably won't be broken. But yeah, I can vouch at least from the demos I've heard that this can be like a really cool, like really grand, like reverb for ambient pads and stuff. Next up is Valhalla Supermassive. This is like one of the best reverb. The only reason I don't use this that much is because it's a little CPU intensive. Probably not that much, but it is for me because I'm on a poo-poo stinky laptop. But yeah, this thing is like super. This is super powerful. It's got like a delay reverb. It's got a bunch of presets. You can get weird like flangey type stuff with it. There's a bunch of different modes. This is what it is. How it sounds on the ample guitar. This is it dry actually. And then throw Valhalla Supermassive on it. I forget what preset this is, but just trust. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, major vouch for Valhalla Supermassive. This is one of the like essentials I definitely think everyone should be getting, along with like the Kilohertz bundle and probably OTT. But Valhalla also has two other free plugins that they've made. This one is Space Modulator. It is, I believe, like a weird, like a flange delay. So this is it on the Tile Noisemaker sound from earlier. That's it dry, sorry. And then you throw this on. I'll be real, it might just be a flanger. I'm not sure, but there's some really like unique presets and stuff for it that you can get. This is the weird section on the presets list. What does this sound like? Let's see. Dang, that sure is wacky. Valhalla Space Modulator. Anyways, next up, the Valhalla Freak Echo. Not short for frequency. They cut it off. This is like the same thing as Space Modulator, but for phasers, I think. So there's the bass from Vital, dry. Here it is with Freak Echo in static. So you can see like the phaser shape here a little bit, but it's not moving. As you adjust this is basically like LFO. You can have it go the other way. Play with feedback. Get really bubbly sounds by turning this up. Don't know why it's still going. Okay, feedback's a little too high, but yeah, you can get with like phasers with really high resonance peaks to get some like fun bubbly stuff. Yeah, I think I used this for Goop House, or my Goop House song. These two, for Goop House, I literally just made a bass and I threw like a bunch of random effects on them, and then like rendered them out individually and just like chopped them up, and that's how I did that. But next up is Camel Crusher. This is one that I think is essential if you're making bass music specifically. Here's a thing from one of the 85 packs. I need to add this to the. This is a newer pack. I haven't added it to my bundle thing yet, but that's a growl. Here it is with Camel Crusher. There's one preset in Camel Crusher called British Clean that is basically just like free gain. Like, oops. Like if you look at the meter here, you can see it kind of like it's like moving around a lot. At least for the start, it like peaks up here. If you do this, and nice and even right there, that's just free gain, baby. And let's go. Okay. Next up, this is I've like organized these in sections. So that was the reverb section earlier, and then Camel Crusher, and here's the distortion ones. This is free clip. This is basically just like every single type of clipping. You got all these words that I don't know what they mean, but just every type of clipping. You can get whatever you want. I've not done this too much because I tend to just use like soft clip. I don't tend to hard clip stuff that much. But here's without just a fill I made in Mobile GarageBand, which I also recommend. You should like if you have an iPhone, I believe it's free, or like any like more modern Apple device. I think it's like free, and you can just go in and just make a bunch of stuff with like the instrument presets and or like you can literally just export like load some of the instrument loops that they have into a project and export them, and then they're yours now, and you can put them in here. I've not done it with the instrument loops yet, but I've made a ton of like drum fills with the drum kits in there, and I've just exported them. Those without. This is, and then here's with free clip. It's pretty standard, but like it's super nice if you just want to like figure out which like clipping type you need. Okay, this is IVG2. This is a saturator, and I've not used this too much except for on subs. Like I've pretty much only ever made like there's a sub, right? Probably can't hear it if you're not wearing headphones, but if I throw a saturator on it like becomes like a little bit easier to hear because it'll add the like extra harmonics, and you can really crank this up if you want and just get like wah. But if you just want to, if you don't want to spend too long on a sub, you can literally just get a sine wave and run it through this, and then it's just like a slightly beefier sub than normal. And then also from the subatomic kick thing from earlier, I just have this with saturator, a lot thumpier, a lot more adjectives to describe the sound. Anyways, this is Flosion, so this is FL only. Sorry, other dogs, but this is basically Ableton's erosion plugin that someone made a patcher preset for and just put it in FL, and so now you have erosion. And what erosion basically is it just like adds noise to a signal. Like that's it. Like based on the input volume, it'll add noise, and you can adjust like frequency, resonance, all that stuff. Here it is on the sub bass, or here's the sub bass without. Here it is with literally just noise. Can crank this up, only noise. Add more subtle. Increase there. There's also sine mode. I have not found a use for sine mode like at all, but like instead of noise, it will add just a sine wave. I've not found a use for it, but yeah, shouts out to whoever made that. This is Delta Modulator. This is the same. I think this is Xfer Records again, makers of OTT and Serum, infamously or famously. This is a bit crusher. When I go for bit crushers, I tend to just use the kilohertz one, but this Delta Modulator is for like if you really want to crunch the bits. If you really want to crush them. Here is with kilohertz bit crusher. I'll compare them. And you can even like do this and like still get it like pretty low res, but nothing crunches it like this thing. Listen to this. No, that is, I don't know what they do on here, but it's just way crushier. You get some cool like sweeping sounds by automating this. But yeah, I need to play with this more. It's super good. Next up in distortion, child build your own distortion. This is basically just FL Studio has Destructor, which is like a guitar amp distortion type thing. This is that, but like more. If you want, and also I tend to find it has like better, like of these. What do they call them? It has these better like nodes. Like they just tend to sound a lot better in my opinion. But it's like a guitar amp type thing. They have a bunch of presets for like different guitar players. You can emulate the guitars of Nirvana and run anything through it, or like John Mayer or Jimi Hendrix. And yeah, here's this without. And then here it is with the Instant Metal preset. Yeah, I just think it's super sick to run like lead sounds through a guitar amp and just see what you get. Here's Nirvana. And yeah, also this is from the Sharks, Skybreak, and Paper Scry's Trinite collab. They did like a free sample pack, and you can find in I think the Sharks Discord server. They put just like a mini sample pack. All right, this is fire, and if anyone has heard of like thermal or like seen other people using thermal, this is thermal but free and like a little bit less good, but still pretty good. So this is this is the thing I made in Mobile GarageBand. I don't. One day I was just like, I'm gonna see if I can make a DNB song in GarageBand, and I didn't, but I made that out of some of the bass sounds. And this is it with fire. So thermal and fire are both multi-band distortion plugins. You can just set like frequency ranges and then apply different distortions to each of them. And there's a bunch of different modes you can mess with. And this is just a like it's uh, I haven't heard. I don't think this is like as good as thermal is, but it's like pretty close for when you need like if you just you just need something to do multi-band distortion. This will do, you know, because they can't all be winners. But like I've still used fire for like a lot of stuff, and it does the job fine. I think. This is probably I feel like the least useful on the list, but I still wanted to put it in because I feel like some people might get some use out of it. This is imperfection. This is just like a literally make the sound more low fidelity. So here, this is from one of the Sleepy Samples packs, or not packs, but like the Sleepy Samples. I don't even know what to call them, but this is Tay Piano.
Packs?
And,
No, like you mean sample packs?
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know why I fumbled over that. Yeah, sample packs, but yeah. And this is with, you probably won't even notice anything. It's like slightly lower quality. Like I think this adjusts the bit rate, or like adds like some sort of bit crush to it. There's like a filter. There's some, you can add just noise if you want. You can add some crunch to it. I've not really used it too much, but if you're making like lo-fi type stuff, you could probably get some use out of that as opposed to like manually.
Great news for Y5000.
Real. Okay. If you if you want to add like a ton of distortion, this is a meme distortion plugin, Le Funk, by Synth Audio, and I think Paper Skies helped with it. But here's without. This is just a drum loop. Oops, I have it. Why is the gain like that? Do I have it increased? Why is it going so loud at the master? Whatever. I'll just turn it down. I had this all set up beforehand, I swear. I have no clue what's doing that. Anyway, here's with Le Funk. Just really crunch it. And
Great
the
news
CUI
for
looks...
Y5000.
I didn't hear what you said, but true. This skin looks too nice for what this plugin does. There we go, that's better. Yeah, there's a bunch of... There's actually like some like decent like distortion modes on here. You can get actually nice sounds out of it, or you can just like do this. There's some really weird ones. This one's like almost like disperser. And there's also the OTT knob, or some OTT. But I don't know if it's before or after. I don't know what this knob does. I don't know what Fonz is. But it does make it crunchier, which is extremely funny. Yeah, that's Le Funk. I've not used this as much because I will just go to like a regular distortion, but it is super funny to just have like actually good distortion, and then if you want, you can just also just really mess up your sound. Just crunch it real good. Okay, that's it for distortion. I think this is the category where when I didn't know where to put things, I put them in. This is all pass phase. This is FL only 2, which is probably apparent from the UI. But this is basically just kilohertz disperser, but for free. And I heard someone say it's technically better than disperser because it has like one more option. So I'm gonna trust that one person and say that also. That's something I made without. This is it with one disperser. It basically just like I think what it does is it adjusts the phase of what's going in so that the higher frequencies play before the lower frequencies, and you can adjust the parameters on there. But it basically just makes it sound like more lasery. Here's with 2. I know a lot of people like to stack dispersers and just make them go. Just get real lasery type sounds. Yeah, shouts out to whoever made disperser but free. Okay, next up is Dimension Expander, also by Xfer. This is literally just, it'll take, that's just a mono sound. There's no stereo. This will just add stereo to it. I think it's like some type of like reverb delay algorithm. It'll like introduce like a little bit of stereo. And also, another plugin I wanted to mention that I also found out about this morning is this plugin Wider by Polyverse, which will do that, but I don't think it will introduce the reverb. This one does it with phase, like weird phase things, I think. Yeah, this does it without like adding like a tail to the end of the sound. It'll mess up your phase real good, but it's wacky. It's fun. I just got it. I haven't used it, but I don't know. It's pretty nice to be able to like add stereo to stuff without having like a tail that you'll have to chop off or whatever in audio. Next up, we got Dear VR Micro. This is gonna be super good for people who like are making albums and they want to like have like a story, like they want to put the listener in an environment. This is a 3-dimensional panner. So here's this piano thing without it. Also from one of the 85 packs. This is here it is with Dear VR Micro, and I'm gonna move this around. I don't know. I'll be real. I don't know if the Discord picks up stereo info. I don't remember,
Yeah, I
but
could
hopefully
hear
it
it. I
does.
could hear it.
Okay, sick. But yeah, this is gonna be like if you want to, if you're trying to world build, if you want to put like, if you want to immerse the listener, put Foley over in the corner. What's that noise over on the left? It's a 5 piano loop in the left. It's scary. You can you can do fun stuff with that. I've not been able to do it because I've not written that part of my album yet. But I'll get to it, and I will use this for sure. Next up, we got Argo Lunar. I know this is like a granulizer. I know Danny vouches for this a ton. I'll be real. I haven't figured it out too much yet, but I wanted to throw it in because shout out Danny. So there's piano without. This is from the felt piano, the sign player felt piano that I used for my Moment 5 remix. Here's with Argo Lunar. When I was messing with this, I couldn't seem to get it to not sound like super choppy. But I'm
Turn the duration up on the thingy.
Hey Danny,
Yeah.
guess what?
ooh, yeah, that is a lot better. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouts out Danny. When I don't usually tend to do a lot of granular stuff, but when I do, I guess before I figured out that I just need to turn duration up in Argo Lunar, I tend to go with emergence part, and like it's partially because it makes me look smart when I have this UI open. but also like it just sounds really nice. I feel like I've just been able to get a lot more like lush pads and stuff with it. So there's just it's just the same piano loop, but here it is with. Whee. And you've got like 4 streams. I'll be real. I don't really understand granular too much. Like I see these things and I know what they do, but also I don't know what these knobs these knobs adjust them really. But if you just fiddle around with it for a little bit, you can get really cool like just like pads. And I'm probably gonna play around with this a lot more in the future. Okay, next is Paul X Stretch. This is not like a plugin you run things through. This is more of like a piece of software because it comes in like a VST, and then you can also have like just a standalone version, like a .exe or something. Anyway, here's a bass from an unreleased song of mine that I made with Vital, and that's not Paul Stretch. Here's Paul Stretch. Basically, we'll just load a sound into here, and you can just stretch it and just turn it into a pad. And you can do this with like literally anything. And I like to play with the tonal versus noise bandwidth. Oops, wrong one. You can get like cool bell sounds if you turn this down. It'll lower. I think it lowers the amount of harmonics that actually go through to just the ones that are like on notes. So you can get really cool like bell noises with it. This sounds a little harder because it's like so noisy, but I can't press. This is throwing me off. And turn off. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's Paul Stretch. I have like a folder in here where I just like mess around with Paul Stretch and just make pads. That's not the right folder. My sounds pads. Yeah, just like a bunch of stuff. Here's one. That's not it. This is from a chime bass from Cloud Factory. You can just get this. It's just basically like a free pad generator from literally anything. You can throw just like one time I threw a whole song in there. I think it's. I might. Oh, did I not save it? Okay. I might have. No, that's a different thing. But yeah, I just threw a whole song in there one time and just like had it loop on like one section, and it's just a free pad from that song. Okay, this is the only paid thing on here, but I'm vouching for it because it's such a good deal, especially if you're in like the color-based field like I am. This is a Synth Audio Resonator. This is only $25, and it's basically Ableton's polyphonic resonator, except with like more options, and also you have chord states, so you can have basically what the resonator does is it'll resonate certain frequencies from the audio that you throw in it, tuned to notes, and you have 6 notes, and you can tune them to chords. And with the Synth Audio Resonator, you can have 8 chord states that you can like automate between. And so it's a lot nicer than having to. I'm assuming in Ableton you'd have to have multiple instances and automate them each on and off. But this you don't have to. It's all in one, baby. Here's without. This is made in Vital. This was for the atonal beat battle, which I really struggled with because I was not able to do this to it. Also, this is a side note, but look at this sub. And what is that doing? Now that is atonal. But yeah, there's also chord presets. So if you don't know music theory, you can just be like, you know what, minor 7/9 chord. Oh, I turned it off. It's like, where'd it go? That's minor 7/9 chord. That's crazy. And then we'll just do it to this one. Here's 2 other sounds that I've made. These are both from Group House. Here is without. And here is. I need to stop doing that. Here's with resonator. Yeah, shouts out resonator. $25. I think it's a steal compared to like Pitch Map, which is 200 or something. I don't remember. But okay, I think this is
It's for
okay.
free if you get it from the right places.
That's true. I mean, like every plugin's free if you get it from the right places. Like I could just be like, go find. I could figure out how to distribute a version of Thermal I have. Rip. Okay. Last up, we got TDR Nova. This is the only free dynamic EQ that I think that I've seen. It basically just it'll like move the EQ notches depending on like either the sound that you're playing through it or like a sidechain sound. You can have it do a sidechain input. So I have this pad from Paul Stretch, and then I have this DJ. I have some hot bars from the Blissum DJ tag pack.
This DJ is scaring the hoes. Upset they had me till I got their nose.
So I have that, but you can't really hear the vocals because the pad's too loud. But if you want to keep, you want to have it just like duck out.
This DJ is scaring the hoes. Upset they had me till I got their nose.
And the way you do sidechain inputs with third-party stuff in FL is really weird. You have to go up here, go to processing, and then after you've sidechained it, you'll have to right-click, pick the right sidechain. And then for this plugin, you'll have to go out here and then set it defaults to internal sidechain, so it'll just sidechain to itself. But you have to go to external sidechain, and now you've got it.
This DJ is scaring the hoes. Upset they had me till I got their
You can adjust the
nose.
ratio, make it can do this.
This DJ is scaring the hoes. Upset they had me till I got their nose.
But yeah, if you don't have like Pro Q3 or whatever or dynamic EQ, this is a great. I don't use this for anything except dynamic EQ. I think it's kind of too complicated for its own good otherwise. But if you need a free dynamic EQ, there you go.
Doug, there's no way you made a fucking bar out of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But okay. Last, there's these mastering ones, and I have no clue how to master. But I did want to shout these out because I've not been able to I've used these and gotten good results, even though I don't know what I'm doing. I think they're good results. I'll be real. I don't know. But this is Signalizer. This is just an analyzer, basically. Also, I'm using the very infamous Beat Battle dedication. Everyone loves it. Everyone hates it. Everyone loves it. Everyone hates it. This is why isn't it working? There we go. Oh, I have it off. That's why. I'm so dumb. Yeah, this is just an oscillator, which I know like you can do with wave candy or whatever. I know there's some people that Fox Stevenson specifically I know likes to do sidechaining where he'll like perfectly tune the sidechain to so that the sub will come in right when the kick ends, so it's like perfectly in phase still. And so you can do that with this by changing the time mode to one of these. I might just have the thing on. There's a way to do it. I can trust. But this is to work. It'll basically just like it'll run the
plugin. What's this plugin called again? Just I didn't catch it the first time.
It's the Signalizer. It's, I'll be real, I've not found a use for like literally any analyzer because I'm not at like that level yet, I don't think. But if you need to like look at the oscilloscope without like rendering out the whole song or whatever, you can do it like in real time with this, and it's also got sorry?
I see. Yeah, no, I was just like, yeah, I see. Is it free though? Just asking.
Yeah, all of these are free except for Resonator. I just really wanted to shout that out because, yep.
Yeah,
all
same thing.
Okay. But yeah, there's Spectrum and Vector Scope. I don't know why it's playing that one again. But yeah, that's that. This is TDR. I looked up how to pronounce this yesterday, and then I immediately forgot. I think it's Kotelnikov, but this is just it's like a compressor, but it's made specifically for mastering. It's got like a bunch of presets. This is just one of them. You can just get it like a little bit extra out of it, and the knobs move really slowly, but I'm pretty sure that's by design, so you can make like much more fine like adjustments to it. And yeah, you can just fiddle around with that until you like how it sounds. But these next two are the real important ones because I found out about this recently, but there's such thing as true peak limiting. Fruity Limiter does not have true peak limiting. So if I go to this other free plugin, it says free, so that's how you know it's free. Julian Loudest Meter 2, and I play this. That's not zero. But it's. Here, let me the Fruity Limiter on. It's limiting at 0, but its true peak is higher than 0. What's going on? I'll be real, I don't know what's going on, but you can fix it with one of these two free true peak limiters that I found. And the reason I have two on here, because I don't think one's better than the other, because they do different things. So if you want like a more subtle limiting, like if you're not in the business of making your music absurdly loud, I think this one works pretty fine, and you can adjust the threshold to like bring it up. I'll be real, I've like moved it all the way over here and it doesn't sound terrible, but you can adjust this to your liking. You just gotta make sure that this thing here, ISP, is checked. I don't know what it stands for, but that's how you engage true peak mode.
Silly goose, it means Internet Service Provider.
In this case, ISP means intersample peak.
Ooh,
It
that's
just
what
means
okay.
that's the true peak. So actually,
I'm gonna
anything
hit
that
your
does
bloodline.
anything that has oversampling on it can technically do true peak limiting. So Fruity Limiter cannot, but Maximus can, because you can enable oversampling on that.
Okay.
Although I don't know how good it is. I don't think it's great on Maximus, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, also, I don't know if Maximus comes with every version of FL. It comes with mine, I don't know what
does
version I have,
not.
though.
I think it's yeah, it's not with the cheapest one anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so if you don't have access to Maximus, or you don't want to mess with it because it might sound poo-poo stinky, you can just use either, this one's called, I didn't say what it was, that's my bad, this is called LoudMax. And also, a tip I learned while watching the video for this is that I think most streaming services want you to master to -1 dB. So, tip, I guess? I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably depending on the streaming service. But if you want it to be less subtle, like if you're in like the bass music, or like if you're just trying to like really crush it, you can go with limiter number 6. And these first four things do not matter if you're just doing true peak limiting. It's just this last one, and you just set this to ISP precise, and you can just it does basically the same thing, but you'll notice that oh, I should turn this back up for a comparison. You'll notice that this one's a lot more like wobbly around it, so you don't hear the distortion as much. But if you're in the bass music scene, you want like just a tasteful amount of distortion, you can do this one, and it should, it should be a lot more like brick wall. If you want, you can really just like, if you want it to just be like comically loud, but also still viable for streaming services, you can just crank the output up. And yeah, and then two more. This is Julian Loudest Meter. This is just I used this one time because I've made one song in the past like 2 months. But yeah, this is super nice for just like referencing stuff. I don't know too much about loudness or like True Peak or whatever, but it's just nice to have run a reference song through this and then see where your song like matches up with it in terms of loudness. And then finally, Cat Jammer. Look, it matches the BPM. Isn't that fun? Anyways, that is it, I believe. I'm gonna look at. I don't think I missed anything.
Fruity Dance.
Yeah, Fruity Dance. There's a bunch of free Fruity Dance sprite. That's the wrong one. There's a bunch of free Fruity Dance sprite sheets you can just find online. I found one where let me load it. Because I only have two. One of them's Metaton. Here's the other one. This is Snoop Dogg.
I don't see him.
It is not visible.
Oh, rip. Oh, well, trust me, it's Snoop Dogg. He's doing the dance that he does. You know, the classic Snoop Dogg. I know what it's called.
Is
But
this
yeah.
Snoop Dogg that guy that was indicted for president?
I don't follow politics enough
Oh,
to
never mind.
know if that's a
Never
joke or
mind. It was
not.
Donald Trump, not Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if anyone, I guess, has like questions or wants me to go over any of them in more detail. I can try to do that. But other than that, yeah.
So, one of the effects you covered was Camel Crusher.
hmm
Where did you get that? Because from what I understand, it's not really available for download anymore. Where did you get it?
Let me see if I can. I remember it being a little tough to find, but let me see if I can go back and find where I found it.
Yeah, the official website has been gone for a while by now,
Okay.
but it's still it's hanging around corners of the internet basically.
Okay. Here's I think I'm gonna put it in voice overflow. Here's I think the link I used, which is is very, it is like a little sketchy, but like I'm pretty sure this is where I got it from. But I would.
Can I ask Bella a question real quick? Bella, listen.
We can wait until after the lecture.
I thought it was already over. My fault.
I'm pretty much done if you
but
want
yeah.
to.
Also, you said there are like a bunch of Fruity Dance sprite sheets people have made. Where are you finding these? Because I need them.
I literally just Googled I Googled Fruity Dance sprite sheets, and a lot of them are from like those fake PNG websites where they're like, it's like png.com, and you go to it, or you go to Google Images, and it's like that has the background on it, and then you can't use it. But they're like, I've really only found two. I've not looked super hard for them, but I've found two that I actually really like wanted to download for Snoop Dogg and Metaton. But there's a couple. If you go on like DeviantArt and just type in like Fruity Dance, there's probably some like edit ones there. I'll be real. I've not looked too hard into it. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right, Swag. Well, thank you so much, Don. That was very informative and very cool.
Yeah, I've
Definitely.
downloaded so many of these plugins.
Definitely, if you get around to making that document, definitely post it so we can check it out because
Bella,
that's very, very
can I ask a
swag.
question real quick?
Yeah, swag. Thank you, Don.
What's it?
Very, very,
Thank you,
very
guys.
cool.
Bella, what's
Yeah,
a new
Thank you,
thing on your
Dawn.
city's page?